In this video, we will learn about the affiliate module in Pabbly subscription billing. So basically we will start from scratch. I mean from creating our own client portal to building our own affiliate links, working with affiliates and exporting reports based on filters and so on. But before we begin, let us know some keywords. Okay, so basically this is how the affiliate system works. This is the merchant and that's basically you. You have trouble selling the product to the customers. And this is where the affiliate comes in. So the affiliate refers the product to the customer. And if the customer purchases your product, you make profits and the affiliate gets the commission. Okay, so if you know this, then well and good. So scroll down and at the left bottom, you will find the option called as affiliate. Okay, at the left bottom, you will find the option called as affiliate. Click this. Scroll up. Okay, so here you will find the option called as affiliate settings. Before we jump into affiliate settings, let us know this place. This is the dashboard. So as you can see, all of them are practically zero. Unique all clicks, sales amount, refunds, pending amount, all are zero because we haven't done any business at this point. Okay, so let's go to this part called as the affiliate settings. Click this. Now we have to create an affiliate sign up URL. So before that, we have to create a portal name. So just click here to set up. Okay, so this is our client portal login URL. So we are going to give a portal name. The name is Gerard Motors. Okay. Now coming to the portal background image. Let's ignore this for a while. We will come back to that later. Now coming to select default language for client portal. Let's make it as keep it as English. Now the rest of the things are just for subscription. We are not interested. Just click on submit. Okay, so it is showing that the portal name once set, you can't change it. So I'm satisfied with the Gerard Motors. Just click on OK. Now it is saying the portal has been successfully updated. So let's go back to affiliate and let's go back to affiliate settings. Okay, so as you can see in the general settings, there is our affiliate sign up URL. So basically this is our affiliate sign up URL. So your obvious question is, what is an affiliate sign up URL? The affiliate sign up URL basically means this will open up the sign up page where the customer or the visitor can join the affiliate program. This URL you can actually embed on the landing page of your website, or you can even post it on Twitter or the Facebook, or you can actually send it by email, WhatsApp or Snapchat. Okay, so basically this is the URL. For example, I'm basically copying this. Just imagine that the customer has open this URL via landing page of your website or from a Facebook post. Okay, so this is how the sign up page will look like. So when you actually see this, you feel that doesn't actually go with our title, that is the Gerard Motors. There's something should be about the automobiles or engines or something like that. So actually we need to change it. So let's go back to Pabbly and let's go back to this part called as settings. Click on settings. Okay, so let's go back to client portal. Click this. Now as you see, there is an option portal background image. So we had actually ignored this while we were building our client portal. So this time we are going to upload an image that actually suits our company, that is Gerard Motors. So our company works with BMW. Let's go to quick access. Okay, there's one image. Okay, the image is being uploaded. Okay, so the image has been uploaded. Scroll down and just click on submit. Okay, so it is showing the portal has been successfully updated. So let's refresh this. Yeah, it looks magical. Okay, so it actually suits our requirement. The sign up page relates to Gerard Motors. Okay, so we have made a kick-ass sign up page. Let's go back to Pabbly. Go back to affiliate settings. Okay, so next thing is cookie validity. So your obvious question is, what is cookie validity? And why I have kept the cookie validity as 30? Well, it is actually pretty easy. Basically, let's say a visitor has used the affiliate link to visit your website, but actually didn't purchase anything and just simply left. But after 2 days, this visitor comes again and completes the purchase on your website. So a commission will be generated for that affiliate partner whose affiliate link was used by the visitor to reach your website. Okay, so cookie is basically a history. It is the time limit that the data will be stored regarding the history of the affiliate links and visitor. If the visitor had purchased after 10 days, the affiliate partner will be still provided the commission because we have kept the cookies at 30 days. But if the visitor had purchased after, let's say, 32 or 31 days, he won't get any commission as the limit is 30 days. So it is basically your discretion to keep the cookie limit. In my case, I have kept it at the month limit, that is 30 days. So you can increase or decrease according to your choice, but I prefer it as 30 days. Okay, you can keep it as 10 days, 20 days according to your choice. Now comes the second part, all the customer will be an affiliate. I actually prefer no. Okay, I don't want that all of my customers to be an affiliate. So the next question is auto approve affiliate request. I prefer to keep it as disabled. I don't want to auto approve. I want to individually check all the affiliate requests manually. So coming to the next part, the accepted payout method. So accepted payout method basically is the choice you have from the multitude of payment gateways from which you can actually disperse the commission amount to your affiliate. If you have an affiliate, you actually have to send the amount. So it is asking for the method, the payout method by which you can send the payout. So I'm going to keep it as PayPal. You have the choice PayPal and bank transfer or both. Okay, I'm preferring PayPal. Now in the payout type, we have two choices, the instant and the manual. I actually prefer to pay the commission manually because I actually want to corroborate what the affiliates has done for me. After that, I will pay them. Okay, so in the instant, it basically means that as soon as the commission is generated, the payment will be automatically done. So the last thing is terms and conditions. So basically you just add the URL of your terms and conditions page, and this link will be shown on your affiliate sign up page. Okay, so all of our details has been entered. Just click on save. So it is showing that the affiliate settings has been created. Now we are going to set up the commission rules. So scroll up and click here, commission rules. Click this. Okay, then click on this blue button, add commission rule. Click this. So we are going to give a name to this commission rule. I'm going to give a random name, let's say rule 20. Now we want to select an affiliate. So actually at this point we don't have any affiliate. So just keep it as all affiliate for this time. But don't worry, we will learn how to create an affiliate. It's easy actually. And select your products. Let's make it as all products. There is actually a choice to choose this product BMW Vision 1. That is because I actually have the product called as BMW Vision 1. There is only one product, that is BMW Vision 1, but it has two plan details, okay, the quarterly plan and the monthly plan. So let's go back to affiliates again, and in the select product, let's keep it as all product. Okay, so because in case if I add extra product, I don't want to mess it up, so that is why I'm going to go with all products. Now in the select plans, again I'm going to go with all plans. If you had selected BMW Vision 1, it would have sorted out their own plan, its own respective plan. But at present, I'm only interested in all products and all plans. So we have apply commission to subscription amount only. If you don't check this, it will also apply commissions to the setup fees, the trial fees and so on. But I only want to give commissions to the subscription amount only. So I'm going to check this. Now we have the commission for the first payment and commission for the recurring payment. So the default mode is kept as flat and the default mode is kept as flat. I prefer it in the percentage basis. So I have changed it to percentage basis. Now the commission for the first payment is basically 20. I'm going to give it 20%. The commission for recurring payments, let's keep it as 10. So if you don't understand the difference between the commission for first payment and commission for recurring payments, let's say your product worth $100 has been purchased by a customer via an affiliate link. Since you have kept the commission at 20%, your affiliate partner is going to get $20. That is 20% of 100%. Now imagine a recurring payment model where you charge the customer on monthly, weekly, daily schedule. So it is your choice to give the commission each time to your affiliate. Now I am being generous here. Okay, so that is why I'm willing to pay 10% for each charge on recurring cycle. Okay, so basically all the details has been filled. I'm satisfied. Just click on save. Okay, so it is showing that the commission rule has been made. It is called rule 20 and the commission is 20%. Excellent. Okay, so now let's work with the affiliate link. We are going to create an affiliate link. So click here at the affiliate link. Okay, then there is the blue button, add affiliate link. Click this. Now I'm going to give a title to this affiliate link. Let's say road ride 20. Okay. Now comes the part where we add the target URL. Target URL is basically the main URL of the web page which you want to get promoted by the affiliate. In my case, I actually want to add the checkout page of the plans. So I'm going back to products. Okay, I have opened it. And then I have two plans here, quarterly plan and monthly plan. So I'm interested in working with this one. So I'm going to click this checkout page in new tab. So basically I want to redirect the customer via the affiliate link to this checkout page. Now in the target URL, you can of course add any kind of websites you prefer. The reason I am adding this checkout page in the target URL is because I actually want to show you the whole workings from the merchant's perspective, the affiliate's perspective, and the customer's perspective. Okay, so just click on save. Okay, so as you can see, the target URL, this is basically the affiliate URL, it has been generated. So the affiliate link is basically roadride20 and this is the affiliate link. Okay, excellent. Now that we have got the affiliate link, we are going to work with the payout report settings. Just below the affiliate link, you will find the option payout report settings. Click this. Okay, so now in the payout report settings, you have two choices, the automatic and the manual. So let's have a look at the automatic one first. So in the automatic, we have three choices, three options, the report generation date, delay payout, and minimum payout. So let's begin with the report generation date. So what is report generation date? Basically, it means that it will choose the day when you want the reports. For example, if I want the report on the first day of the month, I will basically choose the first of every month. Okay, so basically on the first day of every month, I will get the report on the affiliates. So in case if you want a different date, you can just toggle it along. You can actually choose according to the weeks, every week, every Sunday, every Monday, every Tuesday, and so on. But I prefer my report on first of every month. Okay, now coming to the delay payout. So what is delay payout? So basically this is a tough one to understand, so bear with me. Imagine this, a customer purchased a product worth $100 and the affiliate got the commission of $20 because as you may remember, we had kept the commission at 20%. Now after some days, the customer demands a refund and I gave him back the refund, that is $100 back. But then I remember that I had also paid the affiliate $20. Now the customer has been refunded, the affiliate should also return my money, that is $20. But that actually doesn't happen. So to avoid these circumstances, Pabbly introduces the delay period, where you can wish to pay the affiliate only after some certain days. In my case, I wish to keep the delay period a little more than the refund period. For example, if the refund period in my case is 30 days, I will keep the delay period as 31 days. So I'm keeping the delay period as 31 days. You can use your own discretionary powers to keep the delay payout according to your wishes. Now coming to this part called as the minimum payout. So what is minimum payout? So basically it means that a certain monetary threshold has to be passed before your affiliate partners get paid. For example, if I kept the minimum value at $50, let me keep it as 50. Okay, $50. So imagine this, a customer purchases a product worth $100 and with the 20% commission, you will have to pay the $20. This $20 will not be sent to the bank account of your affiliate partner. This is because we have kept the minimum revenue at $50. Somehow, if the affiliate partner brings in $30 more, the whole lot will be $50 and then he will get the whole lot of $50. Now imagine this, what if you keep the minimum payout at 0 or just keep it as blank? So it will actually immediately send the money to the affiliate once the commission is generated, as the minimum payout is $0. Okay, I hope you get it. So all my details has been filled. Just click on save. There is one more thing about the manual. So let's have a look at the manual payout report settings. So what if you want to generate automatic reports but manually for a specific date? Let's say for today's date. So just enter here, just click here and just enter the date. Okay, and just click on run payout. So even if you click on run payout, it won't generate any report because we haven't added any affiliate at this point. Okay, so speaking of the affiliates, so I'm going to create a dummy affiliate. So do not be confused. Till this point, you were a merchant. Now we are going to see how it works from the affiliate's perspective, and then we will see from the customer's perspective. By the end of this video, you will be thorough with the whole working of this affiliate module of Pabbly subscription. So the affiliate's journey actually starts from this sign up page. Okay, this sign up page, he got the URL of this sign up page from your website landing area or from Gmail or WhatsApp, Snapchat, anywhere. Okay, so first he's going to fill in the details. He has filled in the details and then he's going to enter the password. Okay, he's going to enter the password once again. Then he's going to agree to all terms. Click on sign up. Okay, so no thanks. So as you can see, a portal for this affiliate called as Aaron Manuel has been created. Okay, this is the portal for this person called as Aaron Manuel. So let's have a look at this part called as the affiliate. Click this. So as you can see, the affiliate request is still pending. Basically, you have to approve. You are the merchant. So basically, you have to approve the request so that this person can become your affiliate partner. So let's go and approve this person. So let's go to our account. Let's go to this part called as affiliate. Click this. Okay, so as you can see, a request has arrived. Okay, so basically you are just going to go to these three buttons, click this and click on approve. Okay, so basically this means that the affiliate called as Aaron Manuel has been approved. So as you may remember, in the general affiliate settings, we had selected the option for manual approval of the affiliates. That is why we had to manually approve this affiliate. If it had been kept on auto, the affiliate called as Aaron Manuel would have been automatically approved. Okay, so now that the affiliate has been approved, let's have a look at the dashboard. So this is the dashboard of the affiliate. And as you can see, we have all of them as zeros. Okay, unique all clicks, sales amount, refund, spending amount, all as 0. So first of all, to begin the process in the perspective of the affiliate, let's go to this part called as payout settings. Click this. So in the accepted payout method, we are just going to select the payout from which the affiliate is wanting to get paid. For example, the affiliate has chosen PayPal. Okay, now the affiliate is going to enter the PayPal address, the PayPal ID. So this is the PayPal ID. Okay, then click on save changes. So it is showing the payout method has been added. Okay, so now the affiliate only needs the affiliate link to start the business. To get the affiliate link, the affiliate has to go to this part called as overview and he will get the affiliate link from here. Okay, so basically this is the affiliate link and he's going to paste this affiliate link in, let's say, in his website or below his YouTube videos in the description, or he's going to post it in his Facebook post or Twitter post, anywhere where he likes. So basically I'm going to copy this link and imagine this, that the customer has found this link from the affiliate's platform. It can be YouTube video or it can be the website. Okay, so let's see, he has found this platform, found this link, and he is going to purchase something. So this is the checkout page and the customer is going to enter the details. So these are the details and he has filled the details. He's going to enter the credit card numbers. Now the customer has entered the CVV and then he's going to click on checkout now. Okay, so it is showing that a purchase has been made by a customer. So let's see whether this affiliate has got the commission or not. So let's go to this affiliate and let's refresh this. So as you can see in the affiliate's dashboard, it is showing an amount of $40. Okay, this one, $40. This amount will be credited to the affiliate's bank account once you have manually approved it and crosses the threshold barrier of $50 because you have kept the minimum payout as $50. Remember, we had kept the minimum payout as $50. Okay, now let's go back to the merchant's profile. Okay, so this is the merchant's profile and let's remove all of this. We don't need this anymore. So actually becoming a constraint. We don't need this. Okay, so basically this is the merchant's profile and let's go to this part called as overview. So in the overview, we will be discussing individually all of these: the unique all clicks, sales amount, refund, spending amount, and so on. So let's start with the unique all clicks. So what is the difference between unique and all clicks? So the difference between unique and all clicks can be understood by an example. For example, a customer clicks on the affiliate link. So the unique click is counted as 1 and also all click will be counted as 1. But if the same customer clicks the affiliate link again, the unique click will be still counted as 1, whereas all clicks will be counted as 2. Basically, if a visitor or a customer clicks the affiliate link more than once, the unique click will be only counted as 1. Okay, now comes the second part, sales and amount. Sales is easy to understand. Through the affiliate partner link, a customer just purchased a product, so that is counted as one sale. Now coming to the amount. The amount is basically the commission that you owe the affiliate. You may have to pay this amount. As you may remember, the purchase was made by the customer of $200. Now here you have to pay a commission of $40 because you have a commission percentage as 20. So 20% 200 is basically 40. So that is why we have the amount as $20. Oh, $40. Sorry, $40. Since you haven't dispersed this amount to the affiliate partner, that is why it is showing the pending amount as $40. So it hasn't arrived in the bank of the affiliate. Okay, that is why it is still showing the pending amount as $40. Now coming to the refunds. For example, a customer has purchased your product from an affiliate partner link and you have to pay the commissions. Now due to some reasons, the customer has returned the product and you have refunded the customer. So in cases like these, the commission that you owe your affiliate partner will be shown as refund. Okay, so that is why you should keep a delay period. For example, as a merchant, I have kept the refund period for customer as 30 days and the delay period as 31 days. So if you don't remember what's a delay period, just scroll back a little and you will understand the concept. Now this is a newly created merchant account. I actually created it in front of you. So many details I want to explain it to you won't be available because of the lack of the historical data. We actually need some historical data to make you understand the concept of filters, commissions, editing commissions, referral clicks, monthly affiliate payout, and so on. So I'm going to present to you an old account that I have been using for some past months. Okay, so before we jump into this old account, let me show you this. So as you can see in the overview, it is going to show the affiliate. Okay, so this is the email ID of the affiliate and these are the data, clicks, unique customer, commission, refunds and total paid. And if you want to export it in the Excel, just click here, okay, and just click here to export. So as you can see, the data will be exported in Excel. So this is the data, okay. So don't worry, we will work with better data, better historical data in the old account. And there is something else you should know. Let's go to this part called as commissions. Okay, so as you can see in the commission, it is showing in orange color. Okay, this color is orange color. So at present, this is because at present this affiliate is actually unpaid. Okay, so orange basically means unpaid and green, and there are two more colors, green and red. So the green color actually means paid and the red color means refund. Don't worry, actually I will show you in my old account all of them. Okay, so yeah, so let's get on to this old account. Okay, so this is the old merchant affiliate account that I was talking about, and since this account is old but active, this has a ton of historical data. So as you can see, the figures in the dashboard are way higher than the newly created merchant account. So focusing on the overview, we have the unique clicks at 8 and all clicks at 16. The number of sales that the affiliates have bought for me is 21. Okay, and the total amount is $226. That's the commission. And we have a refunds at 2. There has been 2 refunds. That means I owe $30 less. Okay, so the pending amount is kept at $216. Okay, so you understand this. So as you can see, one more sale has happened while we were talking. Okay, so right now the unique click is 9 and all click is 7. The sales amount has also increased. The amount has also increased. Okay, the pending amount has also increased. Okay, so let's scroll down and let's look at the affiliates. Okay, so these are the affiliates I have. Actually, if you want, you can actually sort these affiliates according to clicks, sales and refunds. So when you press on these 3 dots, you have the option sort by clicks, sort by sales and sort by refunds. So I'm going to sort out by clicks. So when we click on sort out by clicks, you get all the affiliates in terms of descending order. For example, this affiliate with the maximum number of clicks, that is 5, comes first. Then we have the second affiliate, lesser number of clicks, that is 4. with 22211, so on. Okay, so we have sorted out the affiliates according to the descending order of their clicks. Now we have another one, sort by sales. So when we click on sort by sales, we have a unique customer as 10, okay, the maximum number. So again, we are going in the descending order. Okay, so the maximum number of sales, or the maximum number of customer this person has bought. Okay, so that is 10, 6, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, etc. Then we have by refund, sort by refunds. So it is only showing two of them. Okay, these two affiliates, because only these two have problems with the customer who have demanded the refund. So these are the refunds. So as usual, it is showing in the descending order, the maximum one at the top and the second one at the bottom. Okay, also not just sorting by clicks, refunds and unique customers, we can actually apply filters. So to apply filters, it's actually pretty easy. First of all, go to this filter button, click this. Now click on add filter. Then I'm going to click on choose an attribute. So I'm going to choose an attribute. So it can be name or email. I'm going with the affiliate email. Now we have choose conditions. In the choose conditions, we get options like contains, doesn't contain, equal, not equals to, start with. So if we go with contains, you basically randomly give any input, and based on your input, the system will provide you details. Now we have does not contains. So here you can add value that you don't want in your filtered data. Okay, similarly with equals, basically you just provide the exact value that you want to see in your filtered data, and it will return the results. So yeah, and like the opposite, not equals to, so you just add a value which you don't want to see in your filtered data. And starts with basically means that you can filter the data by just giving the initials of your selected attributes. So I'm going with let's experiment. So I'm going with the start with, and let's click on the word S. Then click on apply filter. Okay, so as you can see, we have an affiliate called as starbuck123@gmail.com. So this is the filtered data because it is an email that is starting with S. Okay, now actually we can try more filters, like let's add one more filter again with the name, this time contains, and this time I'm going to let's say the number 605. Then click on apply filter. Okay, so there is an email that contains these numbers 605. Okay, so you can actually work with this filter. At present, I'm just going to remove these filters. Okay, so I'm not interested. Now let's go to this part called as the affiliate. Okay, so as you can see, these are the affiliates I have. I have a total of 11 affiliates, and the person that has been recently added is this one, starbuck123@gmail.com. Now let's go to this part called as the affiliate settings. So we are done with the general settings. We were actually done with all these affiliate settings, but let's have a look again for this particular affiliate merchant account. So let's go to commission rule. As you can see, we have different rules for different affiliate links. In case I want to change or re-edit the commission rule, just click on this 3 button and just click on edit. So this is the commission rule for onboarding@gmail.com, and here it is showing the particular affiliate that is associated with it. I want to change it to this one. Okay, you can do that. Then there is only one product that is mentioned. You can change it to all products, then keep it as all plans. Or okay, so basically my point is you have the power to change the commission rules according to your discretion. Okay, just click on save. So it is showing the commission rules has been updated. Similarly for the affiliate link, you can actually add more affiliate links if you want. So we have already worked with the payout report settings. So let's have a look at the commissions. Okay, so these are the commissions I have to pay. Okay, so as you can see, this is the recent one. Okay, starbuck123@gmail.com. And as you can see the colors, these are all unpaid. That is why it is orange. Okay, how about this one? This one is in green because it is paid. Okay, and this one, this is actually refunded or kept as void. Okay, so what is a void? Void basically means that you are not going to pay the commission. For example, I keep a policy that those promoting my affiliate links on coupon sites or Google Ads won't be getting any commission from me. So when I am verifying the reports, I get the idea that this affiliate guy has pasted my link on a coupon site. So I'm not interested in paying him the commission. So I am just going to click on void. Okay, so it is asking, do you really want to void this commission? Yes. So basically I'm simply rejecting his commission. Okay, so now let's have a look. So as you can see, this guy earlier was going to be paid. So the status was orange, now it has changed to red. Okay, this basically means void. So we are done with the commission part. So let's have a look at the referral clicks. So referral clicks is basically very simple. You will get the details of all the unique clicks of your website and also track through which affiliate partner you were getting the clicks. So these are the affiliate links and these are the affiliate through which affiliate's email address through which I'm getting the sales. Okay. Now coming to the final part. Here we will learn how to pay the affiliates. Simply put, we will learn how the payment system works in the affiliate module for the merchant. So let's have a look at this part called as the affiliate settings. Click here. Then go to general settings. Okay, so as far as the payment is concerned, we have two choices, manual and instant. Okay, as you can see, we have two choices, the payout type, instant as well as the manual. Now in the instant basically means if you check on this, so in the instant, the payment is done instantly as soon as the commission is generated. For example, an affiliate partner through his affiliate link has bought a customer, he will instantly get his commission. Now as far as the manual is concerned, I actually prefer the manual method because I want to corroborate each data related to my affiliate, check each referral links, check each commission generated and then pay. So I prefer the manual method. So it is according to your discretion. So this is my setting. I'm simply going to save this. Okay, so it's showing that the affiliate settings has been updated. Now to generate a payment, we are first going to deal with the reports. So scroll up and here you will find the option payout report settings. So when you click on payout report settings, you have two choices, automatic and manual. This is something that we had discussed earlier, but I'm going to discuss this again because it is actually very important for payments. Now coming to this part called as the report generation date, we have kept it as the first of every month. So basically an automatic report will be generated on the first of every month. So if you don't like the first of every month, you can have a multitude of choices like 19th of every month or the middle of the every month, that is the 15th, or the last of every month, that is 20th, or you can even make the system to generate automatic reports on every Sunday, every Monday, according to your choice. It's basically your discretion, but I prefer the first of every month. Now coming to this part called as the delay payout. And again, we had discussed this earlier. So what is a delay payout? So imagine this, you have a product with a refund period of 30 days and a customer purchases this product. So the affiliate gets the commission as the customer came through the affiliate link. But after 3 days, the customer returns the product and you gave him a refund. So the problem is you have already paid the affiliate. So basically you are at a loss because the customer has also refunded. At the same time, the affiliate has been paid. So to avoid such circumstances, we need to keep a delay period. I actually prefer the delay period as 1 day more than the refund period. So the affiliate will get the commission only after 31 days since the refund period is of 30 days. So basically the delay period is the number of days that should go through before commission is included to the payout report. But don't worry, I will give you 2-3 examples for you to understand. But before that, let us deal with this minimum payout. So what is a minimum payout? Let me give you with an example. Actually, we had discussed this earlier. So imagine this. You have kept the minimum payout as $50. Okay, and an affiliate has earned a commission of $40. So when the report will be generated, this affiliate data won't be shown as this affiliate hasn't passed the minimum threshold, that is $50. So I'm going to keep the minimum payout as, let's say, $0. So I want to get all the data of the affiliates in my report. Okay, then I'm going to click on save. Okay, so it is showing that the report settings has been updated. Basically, this means that on the first of every month, those affiliates with minimum payouts of $0, that's basically everyone, their data will be released. Okay, so that's the automatic report. Now coming to this part called as the manual. Now imagine this, you want to generate a report manually for a specific date. You actually can do this by just clicking here. So you will get the option of the calendar. I'm going to choose the date as 26 November. So before we click on run payout, there is something you should know. Now the delay period we had kept was 31 days. So it will generate the report for the interval 26 October 2020 to 25 November 2020. You may remember that we had kept the delay period as 31 days. That is why it will show the interval, the report for the interval 26 October 2020 to 25 November 2020. So let's click run payout and see. Just click on OK. So it is showing the payout report has been generated. You can get the report from here. Just click view report. So as it is showing, so the threshold date is 26 October 2020 and this is the payout 25 November 2020. Excellent. So how about we try this one more time? Let's go back to affiliate settings, payout report settings. This time let's make it as 11 days. So the delay payout is 11 days. Just click on save. Report settings has been saved. Just go to manual. Same 26 November. Okay, so this time it will generate a report of 11 days interval because we have kept the delay period as 11 days. So today's 26 November. It will generate the report from 16 November or 15 November to 25 November. Okay, so just click on run payout. Okay, and from here you can view the report. Okay, so from 15 October 2020 to 25 November 2020, it has generated the report. You can actually click here to get the report. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that it hasn't included today's date. It hasn't generated the report for 26 November 2020. Today is 26 November 2020. So what if I want the report for 26 November 2020? So to get the report for today's date, we have to go to this part again, affiliate settings, payout report settings, and this time in the delay payout, let's make it as -1. Then click on save. Okay, then go back to manual. Same time, run payout. Okay, view reports, and this is our report. Okay, so this is the report that we have got. Just click here and you will get the data. So basically this is the affiliate that has bought the sales, and he has bought 2 sales, and the amount that is overdue that we have to pay, that means the pending amount, that is $43. So we have to pay this amount to him. Now there are 2 methods by which we can pay. The first method is basically you individually review each affiliate, look at their sales and pay each of them. The second method is basically the bulk method. So we will start with the first method. So have a look at the number of sales, that is 2. So just click on 2. Okay, so when you click on 2, a pop-up appears in front of you. So these are the sales that he has done. Okay, this particular affiliate has done these 2 sales, the Ford Motors and Thomson 123. Okay, these are the 2 sales. Now, as I mentioned before, the orange color basically means the unpaid. Now, another way to look at it is you can actually look at the payout date. The payout date is basically blank. So that basically means that this guy, for this sale and this sale, he hasn't been paid. So to pay this person, let's start with this one, Ford Motors 123@gmail.com. So to pay this guy, just click on this 3 vertical dots. Click this. Okay, so we have 4 options here. Mark as paid, mark as unpaid, pay now and delete. Since we are only interested in paying this guy at this point, just click on pay now. So it is asking, are you sure you want to pay now? Just click on OK. Okay, so it's showing that the payout is success. Okay, and this is the payout date. So as you can see, the status it is showing as pending despite the fact that there has been a payout date. This is because PayPal actually takes some time to confirm the status. When it has confirmed the status, it will change to green. Okay, so let's try with this one. Okay, this is also unpaid. So we are going to click here and then click on pay now. Okay, again we have made the status as success. Okay, we have paid the person, paid the affiliate, and again it is showing the status as pending. Give it some time and it will show as green. Okay, so these are the payout date, basically means today we have completely paid this affiliate. So that's well and good. Now there are 2 more things you need to know: mark as paid and mark as unpaid. So let's again go to these 3 buttons. Click this. Okay, so when we click on mark as unpaid, it will just remove the status from the paid to unpaid. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so as you can see, the status has been changed back to unpaid. Okay, let's have a look at this one too. Let's make it as mark as unpaid. Okay. Okay, so again the status has been changed to orange. That basically means unpaid. So how about we make it as mark as paid? So when we click this, we have again got the option mark as paid. So let's click this, and the thing it will do is it will change the status yes, and a payout date will be displayed automatically. Okay, so just click this. Okay, see, the payout date has appeared again. Okay, so let's do the same with this, mark as paid. Okay, excellent. So how about we make all of them as unpaid in a flash? So just select all of them, both of them, and then make it as mark as unpaid from here. Okay, so as you can see, both of them has been changed to unpaid. Okay, the orange one shows as unpaid, and as you can see, the payout date is missing. So let's make it back to paid, mark as paid. Okay, the status has been changed again back to paid, and as you can see, the payout date has appeared. So let's cross this. Now we will be looking at the second method, where we can mark as paid, mark as unpaid, or pay an affiliate in one bulk. So let's go to this part again. Okay, so this is the affiliate and this is the amount. He doesn't have any pending amount, so let's change it to mark as unpaid. Okay, so as you can see, it is showing there is a pending amount, that is $43. So again, we can just click here, okay, and click on mark as paid or click on pay now. I'm going to click as mark as paid. Okay, and the pending amount will vanish. Okay, as you can see, the pending amount has vanished. Let me refresh this. Okay, so the pending amount has vanished. So basically this is what we do in a bulk. So let's have a look again. Let's go back to monthly affiliate payout. Scroll down and you will find another record. For example, this one. Okay, we have some amount to pay. So this is $170 we have to pay, and only $4 we have paid till now. So let's have a look at this part. For instance, this guy, he has 3 number of sales, but we actually want to give him all the affiliate money in single shot. So just click here and click as mark as paid, or you can just click on pay now. Okay, so as you can see, the pending amount has vanished. Let me refresh this. Okay, as you can see, the pending amount has vanished. So basically, this guy has been marked as paid. Okay, so this was all about the payments. So if you have any doubts and queries, contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Our dedicated team members will help you to sort out your issues. Thanks.